Great times ahead, Sarah. God of War. Ragnarok. Oh my God, it's imminent. It is imminent. But unfortunately, so are the spoilers. Apparently, some fucker of a shop or online whatever had broken street date and were releasing the game like 2 weeks early. What the hell? Why can't I shop at these places?
Yeah, send
God
it to
damn it.
me.
Yeah, I'll have it 2 weeks early. But anyway, that led to a lot of spoilers kind of going up online. People who are just fuckers putting stuff up on YouTube, spoiling the story. And what's even worse than that, this is a major pet peeve of mine because it happens all the time to this day. People putting spoilers in thumbnails. So just you don't even get you don't even have to look, like click on the link. It's just in the thumbnail and it's something spoiled. That kind of stuff's going on. Cory Barlog obviously got on Twitter to say this is fucking stupid. Fans shouldn't have to dodge spoilers. The Sony army was trying to shut down as much as possible. This is a huge thing. But to turn this around from a negative into a positive, the game is now out. It hasn't been spoiled for us, and hopefully it hasn't been spoiled for you, the listeners and the viewers. But my God, this game is apparently a fucking banger. It has been getting 10s and high 9s everywhere. 9.5 Game Informer, 10 from IGN, 9 from GameSpot, 10 out of 10 from the Independent. Push Square, 10 out of 10. It is unbelievably like what we were hoping for. And just to read one of the little kind of soundbite review roundup from Screen Rant here, they give it a 4.5 out of 5, which is still awesome. Apart from reinventing a highly complex saga, God of War Ragnarok manages to reinvent itself with many highly needed improvements. These refinements eventually stack up to deliver a complete experience that makes its predecessor look archaic. Bold fucking words. Bold words there. I mean, I don't think it looks archaic at all. With all of its splendor and minor shortcomings considered, God of War Ragnarok manages to set a new standard, striking the balance between profound storytelling and invigorating gameplay. Oh my God, it just sounds amazing. And it is all of a sudden top of everybody's list to be duking it out with the Elden Ring for Game of the Year. And I think whichever one gets it, I don't really care. I don't really mind. It's like, okay, both are worthy as hell. But seeing all the reviews, I'm now of the opinion, okay, I was going to pick it up later. Now I've instantly pre-ordered it for launch day. I was going to wait, but now it's like, okay, I can't wait now. Clearly, it's like the greatest game of the generation is already and the generation just started. So I have to pick it up. But
yeah,
I need to very quickly blast through a playthrough of the first one, 2018, before this drops in a week's time. I think I can do it. If I just blast it on easy and just enjoy the story and blow through it, I can get through it. Yeah, I can get through it in a few days' time. That should be manageable. But anyway, Sarah, you're a huge fan of 2018. You're hugely hyped for Ragnarok. Take it away.
As you can see, I'm wearing some Kratos Ash Grey today, in honor of the fact that I knew we were going to be talking about it. I've been so excited for this since I first played through the first one, and it was my first platinum on PlayStation because I was literally obsessed with it, and I wanted to explore every inch of that world. And I can still remember getting the final trophy, which was defeating all the Valkyries, which are impossibly difficult, and kind of like, Soulsborne level, like horrible, and you kind of have to just keep coming back and get better. And I had the top level gear. I had everything ready, but it's at the end of the day, you also need to learn how these things fight, and that was. I had so much adrenaline running through my system that day when I actually managed it. I was like, physically, my whole body was just shaking. I was like, ah! I think my neighbors, probably at least 5 doors down, could hear my celebration when I finally got them. Oh my God. And I think the more satisfying thing was that I didn't lower my difficulty level in order to do it. Whereas I know that could have been an easy way to do it. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Oh my god, I'm so excited, and I have been dodging spoilers left, right, and center. I'm not a fan of the fact that stuff has been leaked. I I don't know what the joy is in that for whoever's doing it. Like, it ruins it for people that want to go into the game and experience it for the first time. Like any sensible person, like I get pissed off about that when you get like TV show spoilers, you get film spoilers. Like there should be a reasonable amount of time for people to try and play the game before you you can talk about how excited you are about it, but like please hold off if you have any additional knowledge. Like don't, I'm probably going to be that person who says, oh my god, that one moment where the thing happens to that person, and hopefully someone else will be able to go, oh my god, yeah, and that's the only conversation I want to be having like a week after it. So so Connor's really excited to play as well, but because we only have one PlayStation 5 in the house, so sorry, I'm playing first. He's
I'm
basically
right. I'm right.
Yeah,
You can
exactly,
wait.
exactly.
Yeah.
He's tempted to go and like work for the day. He's like, I'm gonna like offer up to do a shift of work so I don't have to like watch you play, so he can still have that organic like feeling of playing through it for the first time. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like a sensible thing to do. You should definitely do that. It also means that I can just literally just be me and like build a little duvet fort on the sofa and take over the living room and be like, right, it's happening. Oh, and I've got the Jotnar edition, so I'll get my little
Really?
hammer
Wow,
and everything.
you went
Yeah.
all out.
I went all
Okay.
in. So I get all my pretty little extras and everything, and I got the controller. Yeah, I think you'll find that I am a super fan.
Well, next week's show, you're gonna have to show us this stuff because you should have it by that point. Yeah.
You'll be lucky if you can drag me away from the game to record the podcast, to be fair.
Yeah.
So
Lady Thor will be in the house that day to talk about Ragnarok. Oh.
I'll have the camera on, but I'll be on mute. I'll be playing the game while we're doing the podcast. I'll come off mute every now and again to contribute, but I'll be playing simultaneously.
Yeah, we'll have to like recap when you're off mute. What are you talking about? Oh, I'm sorry, I was too busy killing Thor.
I'll give you my 2-second opinion. I agree, or I disagree.
Yeah, just leaning back towards the mic to go, whatever you're talking about, if it wasn't God of War, nah.
Oh god, the fever pitch is real.
Yeah,
I cannot wait. I've been a fan of the series since since 3. Actually, 3 was my very first one because I never had a PlayStation 1, but I never played the originals, God of War 1 and 2. And then when I eventually did get a PlayStation 3, it was the first one was God of War 3, and that blew my mind visually. Just visually, it looked like a Ray Harryhausen extravaganza, like Clash of the Titans or something, because it did this weird kind of tilt shift thing, because it's more kind of top down, but really cool kind of camera work as well. But you never controlled the camera, which was the big thing. But it did this like depth of field stuff, which looked like stop motion models for the environments, and I loved it. I loved that aesthetic, and of course, it completely reinvented for 2018. And I was like, this is another level of gaming presentation that we just haven't seen before. And oh my goodness, we thought The Last of Us was good, but then this came out, and oh my god, it was like the depiction of Kratos to actually be a compassionate, emotive character, which was just like ragey, stompy, stompy, and that was his one emotion. Kind of like Jamie a lot of the time. Yeah, but they showed that Kratos could actually have range and this exciting new mythology. It was no longer Greek mythology; it was Norse mythology, and now we're getting to witness. I assume we're actually getting to witness Ragnarok. So, oh my god, I'm so excited to see where it can go. And the reviews, I'm kind of listening to reviews and reading reviews, but trying not to, like dipping in and stopping at certain points because I want it to all be new for me. But everything I read is like, oh my god, this like what they've done with the story and how big the game is and the way they've integrated side quests and things like that with the new characters that they've also introduced just sounds freaking phenomenal. So Man, can we have a joint game of the year for Elden Ring and Ragnarok then?
Yeah, maybe.
Gosh, I don't know. But
definitely a special circle of hell reserved for people who spoil stuff, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is just it frustrates me. Like even with it's not just gaming. Obviously, it's TV, film. Even with like obviously, I watch a lot of wrestling, and me and the guys will sit and watch Sometimes we'll watch the events live. We'll all sit there and hit press play. Thankfully, because it's live streaming. It's always a few seconds out. It gets really confusing in the Discord. It's hilarious, but we'll watch it, and while we're watching it, we'll have Twitter going, and not only will fans be spoiling the live event, because some people aren't going to watch it live when it's 2:00 in the morning, like in the UK.
exactly.
Like when it starts, like it'll finish at like 5 a.m. sometimes. And WrestleMania happens over 2 nights now. It's like 8 hours. At this point, there's a pay per view there's a 4-hour pay per view every 30 minutes. It's getting fucking ridiculous. So you sat there watching it, and you're watching Twitter blow up with people saying about, "Oh, I can't believe he won the belt. I can't believe this." And so I now have a tactic to try and counteract some spoilers, and I do it for all sorts of stuff. Well, I will take to Twitter and spoiler the shit out of everything with stuff that is completely irrelevant and has nothing to do with what's actually happening. So you'll see me watching it going, "I can't believe Hulk Hogan's back," and people are like, "Wait, Hulk Hogan's back?" I'm like, "No," and they're like, "I don't know what to believe anymore." I went, "You're welcome."
Yeah,
I've single-handedly dealt with the spoiler issue. You don't have to thank me. It's okay. So I do it with all sorts now. But it frustrates me. But the worst of it is the fact that the companies themselves will spoiler stuff. You will see a game dev post and say, "Do you enjoy that boss fight against them?" Like, I haven't fucking got to it yet.
Yeah.
Game's been out for 30 femtoseconds. Like, give me a minute.
I know.
But
like TV is the worst for it more than anything. Especially like weekly TV, the past few years has been really, really bad. Where an episode of this hit TV show will air. Started like mostly with Game of Thrones, I think. Actually, Game of Thrones kind of surfaced this like week to week. As soon as it airs, that all of the media publications will have a thumbnail saying, "Oh my god, this happened in this episode."
Yep.
As they're to get their clicks and their traffic. It's like, come on, it's just aired and not everybody can watch it. And it's the same with like all the Marvel shows. It's the same with everything that's kind of coming out. And it's just so frustrating. And actually what pissed me off recently is it's actually Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, promoting Black Adam. Like all he was talking about was, well, not all he was talking about, but he basically ruined. And okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna actually refer to what he was doing. So I apologize if this is news to anybody that I'm now gonna spoil. But I had no idea that the end credit scene had Henry Cavill as Superman in that. That would have been a fucking amazing thing to experience unknown in the cinema. And then all of the headlines before the movies came out is talking about Henry Cavill is back as Superman because he was in this scene in Black Adam. It's like the movie isn't even out yet, and you're talking about this moment which would have been incredible for the fans to just see on their own organically. It's like, oh, damn! Don't be a funt.
I think it was the first not Suicide Squad, the first Guardians of the Galaxy, the end credit sequence. Now, right, this is a spoiler, except Guardians of the Galaxy has been out for about a decade at this point, so you know.
I think you're saying.
I think the statute of limitations has passed.
Yep.
The end credit sequence of that, you see Howard the Duck, which is an awesome little reference. What a cracking character, and he does deserve. Now Disney Plus has got much more, like comedy and esoteric stuff going on. Howard the Duck needs a series, but
yes, please,
because that'd be great. But the thing that got me was they did this little end credit scene, and I remember seeing a tweet from one of the guys at Marvel, right, or one of the actors in the film, or someone, I can't remember who it was, but they posted saying, "Hang about for the end credit scene; it's a good one." That was it, and I was like, "Good, right? Make sure people stay in the cinema."
Yeah, that's all you need. That's all you need.
Because I've sat in the cinema in Marvel films, and the credits start rolling, and people get up, and I will genuinely sit there and go, "Why are you leaving?" Right? Because I feel bad for them. So, but he tweeted that, and someone and it wasn't a small. It wasn't just a fan either. It was like it was a critic or a news outlet that replied and said, "I cannot believe you guys used Howard the Duck." I remember sitting there thinking, what the fuck? Because if you're following both of them, and let's face it, if you're a Marvel fan, you might be following, say, James Gunn and
exactly.
like IGN, for example, or someone of that nature.
Yeah.
And it wasn't them, I don't think. But that reply instantly, spoiler it. I had luckily been out for a couple of days, and that one I had gone to see sort of day one, I think. So it was like whatever it was, I had got away with it. But I thought, well, everyone knows what that is now.
Yeah,
golf clap, well done. That's absolute arse. So yeah, very frustrating. But
so, listener viewers, spoilers, don't do it.
Yeah,
no, it's not big. It's not clever. Just stop it. Yeah.
I will find you.
You will. Jamie has a very specific set of skills.
He does.
He will find you.
Well, I have a very particular lack of skills, but I'm also stubborn and annoyed easily. So
that's true. And he's like an angry Chucky doll. Is Jamie.
Wanna play?
Exactly. See. Don't do it. You don't want that knocking on your door at night. You really don't.
That's next Halloween's costume sorted.
Oh, please.
Yes,
wear
please.
that.
You
That'd
have
be
to.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.